Hello children, today we will discuss about distribution of electrons, right? How electrons are distributed into the different cell of an atom. Clear? The distribution of electrons into the different cell of an atom is called as electronic configuration. Clear? See, electronic configuration is done on the basis of a rule called as Bohr-Bury scheme or Bohr-Bury rule. Bohr-Bury scheme or Bohr-Bury rule. Right? So what is Bohr-Bury scheme? Bohr-Bury scheme actually includes a few points that you have to remember while you are doing electronic configuration of an atom. That will help you how to distribute electron into the different cell of an atom. So first point of Bohr-Bury scheme is that a cell or orbit can have maximum 2n square of electrons. Clear? We all know we will distribute electron here into the different cell. Bohr-Bury told a cell or orbit can have maximum 2n square of electron. 2n square of electron. We all know scientist Niels Bohr labeled cell as K, L, M and N cell. K, L, M, N, maybe O, P, Q, R, S as well. It depends on the number of electrons present in an atom. Okay, now come at the point. Bohr-Bury labeled cell as a K, L, M, N, and scientist Bohr-Bury told that these cell can have maximum 2n square of electron. 2n square of electrons. Right? Means K cell can have 2n square of electron, L cell can have 2n square of electron, M cell can have 2n and N can have 2n square of electron maximum. Maximum electron, we are talking about maximum number of electron. Clear? So K, L, M, N, maybe more than that, can have maximum 2n square of electron. Clear? Where this n stand for principal quantum number. Principal quantum number, briefly I told you all in Niels Bohr's model of an atom. Clear? This n stand for order of cell. Okay, also known as principal quantum number. This is small n. Okay, order of cell. It means it may be 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Okay? Clear? See. Now, for K cell, the value of small n is 1. Clear? For L cell, the value of small n is 2. For M cell, value of small n is 3, and for N cell, value of small n is 4, and so on. For O cell, value of small n is 5. For P cell, the value of small n is 6. Clear? Bohr-Bury told that a cell can have maximum 2n square of electron. Now put the value of this n into the formula 2n square. Clear? So 2 into the value of n is 1 square. It means K cell can have maximum 2 electrons. K cell can have maximum 2 electrons. Now come at the L. Can have 2n square electron. The value of small n for L cell is 2. So 2 to the 4 and 2 into 2 is equal to 8 electron. Clear? L cell can have maximum how many electrons? It may have maximum 8 electrons. Now come at M cell. So 2 into n square, the value of small n for M cell is 3. So 2 into 3 square, 3 3 is 9, and 9 into 2 is equal to 18 electrons. Similarly, for n, the value of small n is 4. So 2 into 4 square is equal to how much? 32 electron. 32 electron. I hope you people understood the first point of Bohr-Bury scheme. A shell or orbit can have maximum 2n square of electrons. Right? Now come at point number 2. Point number 2 of Bohr-Bury scheme. Clear? Point 2 states that outermost shell or valence shell, outermost shell cannot exceed how much electron? 8 electrons. Outermost shell cannot exceed 8 electron. I hope this sentence you people are understanding. I will explain it again. Outermost shell cannot exceed 8 electron means outermost shell cannot accommodate more than 8 electrons. Outermost shell cannot accommodate more than 8 electrons. Right? More than 8 electrons. Means it must follow octet rule. This is called as octet rule. When 8 electrons are present in the outermost shell of an atom, it means atom is following octet rule and it is stable. It is stable. Those atoms which follow octet rule means the atom which have 8 electrons in the outermost shell is stable. And this particular point is only followed by noble gas in the periodic table. Only noble gas have 8 electrons in the outermost shell, either 8 or 2 electrons. The atom which have 2 electrons in the outermost shell follow duplet rule. This is called as duplet rule. Having 8 electrons in the outermost shell is called as octet rule. Clear? So, atom which follow duplet condition in the outermost shell or octet condition in the outermost shell is stable. Right? One more point I would like to explain related to Bohr-Bury scheme is very important. Penultimate shell cannot have more than 18 electrons. Means shell before outermost shell cannot exceed 18 electron. Shell before outermost shell is called as penultimate shell. Penultimate shell. Right? Clear? This is called as Bohr-Bury scheme. Bohr-Bury scheme. By following this particular rule, we fill electron into the different cell of an atom. Clear? Let us understand. Hydrogen atom, atomic number 1 means 1 electrons present in the hydrogen atom. 1 electron can easily be accommodated in the K shell because capacity of K shell 2 have how much electron? 2 electron. Only one is present. Easily K shell can accommodate 1 electron. Electronic configuration, hydrogen, K shell can have 1 electron. Thereafter helium, atomic number 2 means 2 electrons are present. Capacity of K shell to accommodate 2 electron, easily 2 electron can be accommodated into the K shell. Now come at lithium, atomic number 3, number of electron 3. Capacity of K shell to accommodate 2 electron. The remaining 1 electron will go in which orbital? Very clear. L, capacity of L is to have 8 electron. Only 1 electron is remaining after filling K shell. So easily 1 electron can be accommodated by L shell. Beryllium, atomic number 4, 4 electrons. Capacity of K shell to have 2 electron, easily 2 electron can be accommodated. Remaining 2 electron will go into the K shell because capacity of K shell to have 8 electron. Only 2 electron is remaining, so only this 2 electron can be accommodated by L shell. Boron, atomic number 5. K cell, capacity to have 2 electron, remaining 3 electron will go into the L cell because capacity of L cell to have 8 electron. Carbon 6, K cell 2 and L cell 4. I hope you people are understanding. Many times in previous classes I have also explained you all how electrons are filled into the different cell. Now directly come at atomic number sodium, atomic number 11. Sodium, atomic number 11. Clear? How many electron total? 11 electrons. 11 electrons. Clear? K cell capacity 2 electron. How much remaining? 9 electron. L cell capacity is 8 electron. Total after filling K cell 9 electron was remaining. Capacity of L is to have 8 electron. 8 we will fill into the K cell, L cell. How much remaining now? 1. That remaining will go into the M cell. Capacity of M cell is to have 18 electron. Clear? Now come at directly potassium, atomic number 19. 19 electrons are present total in potassium atom. Clear? See, K cell capacity 2 electron. How much remaining? 17 electron. 19 minus 2, 17 electron. L cell capacity is to have 8. 17 minus 8, how much electron? 9 electrons are remaining. After M cell will come, capacity of M cell is to have 18 electron. So easily we can fill 9 electron here, na? No, this is the wrong way. We cannot fill 9 electron into the M cell because in the second point of Bohr-Waring scheme I told you all, maximum 8 electron can be filled into the outermost cell. So if you will fill 9 electron into this M cell, here M cell will become outermost cell and it will violate the rule of Bohr-Waring scheme. It will violate a Bohr-Waring scheme. That's why only 8 electron will be filled into this M cell. Only 8 electron will be filled into M cell, remaining will go into the N cell. Now it is following Bohr-Waring scheme. Okay? Because as per the Bohr-Waring scheme, penultimate cell should not exceed 18 electron. Only 8 electron is present, not exceeding 18 electron. And here outermost cell cannot have more than 8 electron. Here not more than 8 electron, only 1 electron. It means this way is correctly following the scheme of Bohr-Waring related to electronic distribution. Clear? Similarly, if we talk about calcium, atomic number 20, 20 electron. Clear? This is the homework for you. I hope you people can do it. So thank you for today's session. Remaining part of this chapter we will discuss in next video. Only one topic is remaining, that is isotope. Not only isotope, octet rule I have already explained you all. So isotope, metallic and non-metallic character of elements are remaining. That we will discuss in the next video. Thank you so much.